We don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. They don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. And he got what he could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
He likes to stay humble. That's it, huh?
It's one for the office. Saw you in the middle.
So I may do another exhibition this year.
Which one?
What do you think of that, Floyd?
I think Pacquiao, he chose a hell of a fighter. Shit, we got so many fighters at PBC. I thought he was with PBC, but he's not.
In the lead up to Terence Crawford's bout with Canelo Alvarez boxing legend Floyd, Mayweather has warned Alvarez. Mayweather emphasized the physical toll that an extensive boxing career can take, noting that fighters like Alvarez with numerous high-profile matches may experience a decline in performance. Sometimes abruptly, this observation serves as a caution to Alvarez, suggesting that despite his impressive track record, the demands of the sport could impact his readiness against a formidable opponent like Crawford.
With Floyd Mayweather's mindset, after being the first guy to beat Canelo Alvarez, thoughts on a fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. I had people that stated that they feel like that Floyd Mayweather would essentially hate on the situation.
Hold me back. You're fighting. You fucking stuff. All you fuckers. He said, all you fuckers. Hold me this fucking go.
The most awaited fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set to take place in September 2025 on Mexican Independence Day weekend. This super middleweight title bout will see Canelo defending his WBC, WBA, and WBO belts against Crawford, who is making a significant jump from welterweight to 168 pounds.
He went on the rant with Teddy Atlas.
What's that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez and
boxeador mexicano.
Más
Popular, pero sin causa. Sí.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
I mean, it's not a secret that that's a fight that's been discussed by a lot of us and by a lot of people in the sport for quite a while. Certainly, it's a fight that Turki Al-Sheikh from Saudi Arabia has shown a lot of interest in. And of course, if it's going to get made, someone's going to have to put up a lot of guaranteed money. And he's probably the person that's going to do it. He's obviously been working closely with Terence Crawford. He was involved with the Terence Crawford's last fight that took place in August when he fought Israel Madrimov.
Floyd Mayweather has recently shared his perspective on the potential matchup while acknowledging Alvarez's impressive achievements, including his ascent to light heavyweight champion, a move Mayweather admitted he didn't even see him going up that heavy. He currently ranks Crawford as the #1 pound-for-pound boxer.
Seeing hung tough, but Bud Crawford shows once again why he's #1 pound for pound on many people's lists, including my own. I don't think it was going into this fight was a question of whether Bud was going to win this fight. It was a matter of, he's about 35. He's had a 13-month layoff. Usually things start to, fighters start to look a little bit more ordinary when these circumstances start to present themselves. So we wanted to see if Crawford, how he was looking under the current circumstances and if there was any signs of aging. I think Avanesian really, fought as good a fight as he can fight. Listen, this is a durable guy. He stays in your face. You can see why he upsets certain people because he knows how to mentally stress you by and also physically stress you by staying in your face like that, cutting off the ring and forcing you to work when you don't want to work.
Mayweather praised Crawford's versatility, highlighting his ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances effortlessly. He emphasized that Crawford's adaptability and intelligence in the ring could pose significant challenges for Alvarez, who is renowned for his power and discipline. Mayweather noted Crawford can make adjustments mid-fight. Like few others, he's not going to stick to the same game plan. If it's not working, that's why I give him the...
not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Medvedev, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Medvedev was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez have a long-standing relationship that dates back to their iconic fight on September 14th. 2013, this bout, which took place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, remains one of the most talked about fights in boxing history.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts, and the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights, and to tell you the truth,
at the time of the fight, Floyd Mayweather was already a boxing legend, holding an undefeated record and multiple world championships across different weight classes. Canelo, on the other hand, was a rising star at 23 years old. He was the WBC and WBA super welterweight champion and considered the future of boxing.
Es esta, fíjate. Pam, 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 pam. Hun, hun, hun. Pam. Pam. Gancho. Hun, hun, hun. Hun, hun, hun. Digo. Eso. Eso.
Joe Rogan highlighted the significant impact of Canelo Alvarez's 2013 loss to Floyd Mayweather on Alvarez's subsequent boxing career. Rogan emphasized that the defeat served as a pivotal learning EXP experience, leading to notable improvements in Alvarez's defensive techniques, particularly his head movement. He remarked it was a life lesson. Then you look at how Canelo's head movement got after he realized.
He fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing. It was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
Joe Rogan has also shared his thoughts on the fight between Canelo and Crawford in a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Rogan discussed why he believes Crawford has the edge over Canelo. He highlighted Crawford's speed, skillet, and strategic brilliance as key factors that could lead to his victory. Rogan also broke down how the contrasting styles might clash in the ring, making it an intriguing matchup.
At once.
Right.
I'm saying, I started at 135. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147, to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump, too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
Canelo has an impressive track record boasting victories over some of the top contenders in the sport. His capability to compete across different weight classes showcases his adaptability and talent. In the super middleweight division, Canelo's power stands out, making him a dominant force. His ability to land powerful punches and withstand incoming blows marks him as a highly formidable adversary in addition to his power. Canelo's agility and ring intelligence set him apart. His head movement, defensive skills, and ability to counterpunch with precision make him a well-rounded fighter. Canelo's experience against elite-level competition has honed on his ability to adapt and strategize in the ring. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further solidifies his status as a top-tier fighter.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm going to get hit. I know I'm going to get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I got to bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Go crazy with Canelo. Oh, he's too big. He's a good night for Crawford. He's going to bed. All that stuff. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't forget that the other guy is bringing something to the party too. And he's bringing the things that hopefully I just described to you guys in the best way I can. When it gets closer, we'll get more thorough with it. But right now, I think you know where I'm leaning. And I'll make it even clearer where I'm leaving. So there isn't a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford, okay? I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too, but I think Crawford's special in a little bit, even more so. Even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond the physical genetics, the physical DNA. So that's it, okay? Good. You don't like it? Too bad.
I think that was a fair breakdown. I mean, listen, those ingredients you're touching on with the smaller man are the same ingredients you saw in Usyk. Abilities and ways to find a way to win.
I'd like to know what the weight's at in this fight, but has that been figured out yet? Probably not, because
No.
that to me is a variable there.
There, Berlanga has shared his perspective on the matchup between Alvarez and Crawford. He acknowledges Crawford's exceptional skills and boxing intelligence, suggesting that Crawford's abilities could pose significant challenges for Alvarez. However, Berlanga also points out the considerable size advantage that Alvarez holds given his natural weight class. He describes the fight as a mismatch due to this disparity, emphasizing that while Crawford's skill set is formidable, the weight difference could be a decisive factor in Alvarez's favor.
Everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP. Being joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I got to get just right to it. Terence Crawford wanting to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. You as a trainer, what's your insight on that? And I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3, you know? Yeah, my math is different than yours, being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot. 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, you know, he had the skeleton for it. Does he have the skeleton to go up 6? I don't know that he does, but I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind. I know he has special gifts that very few fighters have.
A key challenge for Crawford would be stepping up 2 weight divisions to take on Canelo in his last fight. Crawford moved up to 154 pounds and earned a decision win over Israel Madoff, however advancing to super middleweight would require him to compete against much bigger and stronger opponents.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence "Bud" Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, there's, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Dan Rafael has also provided an in-depth analysis of the upcoming showdown. He stressed that this fight is among the most highly awaited matchups in boxing ING, as both athletes are regarded as elite pound-for-pound competitors. Rafael pointed out the importance of this, about describing it as a crucial challenge for Crawford to prove whether he can successfully step up to the super middleweight division and face a dominant champion like Canelo.
Now, Canelo hasn't ever said he wanted the fight, kind of downplayed it to a certain degree. But it wasn't that long ago, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, he was doing an appearance and he was asked about it and he didn't close the door on it. In the past, he sort of closed the door on it. It was like, I'm not interested. He's like, listen, I'll talk to anybody and listen to what they have to say about the deal, any kind of deal. So in my mind, that sort of at least cracked open the door to have the conversation. Like he wasn't just saying, forget it. In terms of working with Turkey or anybody else. So I think that Canelo is a smart person in terms of his boxing, but also in terms of his business. And when he looks around at the landscape and he wants to make a huge amount of money, like all top fighters or any fighter for that matter, and he looks and sees who can I fight where I can make the biggest score, in a big time fight. And I would say to you that in terms of at least American boxing or in this side of the world, it's not like Tyson Fury and Joshua in the UK.